Hi all! Today I'm doing a collaboration video with Nina, whom you might know from her channel. I will link her channel in the description for you to check out as well, because today she will be answering some questions regarding extreme hunger on my channel, and I will be answering those same questions on her channel. So I do suggest you check that out and to obviously check out her channel as well. To give you some background, Nina is a 20-year-old student. She goes to college and lives on her own, vlogging her recovery experiences at the same time. She talks about her emotions and the issues she faces during this process, and I think she's always very open, raw and honest to herself and to her followers, so I really think that it is worth checking out her channel for that. As I said, today we're both going to be answering a set of questions we have received, namely about extreme hunger, and these questions include: what exactly is extreme hunger? Have I personally experienced extreme hunger, or has Nina personally experienced extreme hunger? And how to deal with extreme hunger. Should I respond to extreme hunger? Should I ignore it? Should I stick with my meal plan? And any other tips and tricks that we might have. So let's dive right in.
So in today's video, Han and I would like to talk about extreme hunger and our experiences with it. And extreme hunger, I have to say, has been a very recent issue in my recovery. Well, issue. Like, it's not really an issue, but it's just a thing that many people go through during recovery, or at least at some point during recovery. And so, yeah, I mean, let's just start by defining extreme hunger, I guess. So what is extreme hunger? Personally, I mean, I guess I can only define it from like my personal standpoint, and to me, extreme hunger is like an insatiable desire to eat. So you eat and eat and eat, and you might feel physically full, but you don't stop when you're full because there's like mentally still a desire to eat, and like you have the appetite to keep going and going and going even though you might be full. And so that is kind of a feeling that you feel like you have lost control over like your appetite and your eating habits. But in reality, extreme hunger is very, very common after restriction, and especially if like the restriction has caused you to lose some weight, and so it is definitely normal and to be expected if you're in recovery. So have I experienced it? Well, definitely yes. I mean, it probably started when I reintroduced a bit more unhealthier foods into my diet, because after like giving my body the taste of these kind of foods, I was just so hooked on them, and I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop eating these foods even though I was really full physically, but there was this mental thing that wouldn't let me stop. And I feel like that is extreme hunger, like in a mental form, because it's not just like the physical thing, like I am hungry all the time, which definitely also exists, and I also experienced that, where like you would eat a large meal and like an hour later or 2 hours later you're like starving again. Like that is probably the physical part of it, so like the physical hunger. But it is also, and that was probably more of the case for me, is the mental hunger that plays a part. So I would be full, but I would still want to keep on eating and eating and eating because I didn't feel mentally satisfied with the food that I had. So yeah, so that was really difficult to like cope with, because I mean, while mentally you're like keep going, it's also like very scary, because you don't want to keep going, because it would mean that you would just go way overboard, and I would label it as a binge, whereas I'm not really sure it is a binge. You know, like it's really hard to define like what is a binge and what is extreme hunger. I think they're like there are probably arguments for both of them. But personally, I would say if you have a past of restriction, then chances are it's probably extreme hunger, or at least a form of extreme hunger. And why I would deny, like, people kept telling me, oh, what you're experiencing is not a binge, but it's rather extreme hunger, is because I thought extreme hunger was only like the physical hunger. But so I was like, no, I'm not like physically hungry, that's not it. And I would always be like, no, that's not what it is. But there is mental extreme hunger as well. And so I would definitely say that I experienced mental extreme hunger. But honestly, now that I know what it is, I'm like, okay, I will just like give into it. And that is already, like, that already brings me to the last point, and that is, should you respond? Like, should you respond to the urges of physical hunger, and also like the mental extreme hunger? I would say definitely yes. Like, there's not even a question in this. Like, definitely yes. Because if you do not respond to that, and believe me, I'm talking from experience, because I would like try to resist like those urges. Don't do it. Please don't resist, because it's only going to get so much worse. If you feel like you have to eat a very large amount of food, just do it, because you have to see it like that. Your body is smarter than your mind, pretty much, because your body already knows kind of what it needs and what is best for it. So if you have just so much appetite and so much hunger, then there's a reason for that. So just give your body what it wants, because otherwise you will end up having probably a lot more food than you would have if you just gave in to like your hunger feeling. Or if that's not the case, then the cravings will get back at some other point. Like, it's a circle you're not going to get out of unless you just give in. And I'm telling you, if you give in to those hunger cues, then it will stop at some point. Like, trust me, it might seem like it's taking forever, and it's gotten like months have gone by, and it's not really gotten better, but I promise you, at some point, it will get better. And the thing is, it will only get better if you respond to either physical extreme hunger or mental extreme hunger, which is just as important. Definitely do not try to resist these cues. So please do yourself a favor and respond, because that's literally the best thing that you can do in this situation. So yeah, that's the best way to go about it. So yeah, I think this concludes everything for the subject. Well, everything that I can contribute to it. So yeah, I'm really excited for Han's response to this, that I will include in my video. So do check that out as well. And yeah, I would like to thank you so much for collabing with me, Han, and also everyone watching this video. If you have any questions, then I'm sure you can leave them under this video for Han, or on my channel on my video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, I guess. Bye!
So that's that. That's what Nina had to say about extreme hunger and recovery. If you want to see my responses on her channel, then I do suggest you check out the link in the description. If you like the video, also be sure to like it, to subscribe, and to check out some of my previous videos on exercising and recovery, on why to recover, and all of the other content that I have put out. And I will see you next week.